The prison was unusually quiet that night. The halls, usually echoing with shouts and footsteps, were still, except for the soft hum of the fluorescent lights. Officer Sarah Monroe stood outside cell 27, staring at the man inside. Ethan Cole, 35, convicted for armed robbery and the death of a store clerk. His execution was scheduled for dawn. He'd been calm all day, polite even, and when Sarah came for her last round, he looked up with tired eyes and said softly, "Ma'am, could I ask one last favor?" Sarah had been a correctional officer for nearly a decade. She'd heard every plea, every excuse, but there was something different about Ethan. His voice wasn't desperate. It was peaceful. "What is it?" she asked cautiously. He hesitated, fingers tracing the small Bible on his cot. "Before I die, I'd like to see the ocean just once. I've never seen it." Sarah froze. The request was impossible. "You know I can't do that," she replied gently. "It's against every rule in the book." Ethan nodded. "I figured. Doesn't hurt to ask." For some reason, his calm acceptance stayed with her through the night. When she sat at her desk later, staring at the rain streaking down the window, she couldn't stop thinking about it. About how someone's last wish could be so simple. Not freedom, not forgiveness, just the ocean. By morning, she'd made a decision she didn't fully understand. She pulled a few strings, a favor from the warden, a quiet word to the chaplain. Hours later, under gray clouds, Sarah drove a small prison van toward the coast. Ethan sat in the back, handcuffed, silent. The guards thought she was crazy, but she knew exactly what she was doing. When they reached the shore, the wind whipped through the open door. The ocean stretched endlessly before them, wild, powerful, alive. Sarah helped Ethan step out. His wrists trembled as he raised them toward the waves. He stood there for a long time, just breathing. "It's beautiful," he whispered. "I used to dream about this as a kid. The waves, the smell, freedom." Sarah's throat tightened. For the first time, she didn't see a prisoner. She saw a man, broken but human. After a few moments, Ethan turned to her, smiling faintly. "Thank you for treating me like a person." Sarah couldn't speak. She just nodded. On the drive back, Ethan leaned his head against the window, watching the sunlight break through the clouds. He didn't say another word. But before they reached the prison gate, he whispered, "Now I'm ready." That night, when Sarah stood outside cell 27 again, the room was empty. The warden told her it had been peaceful. He hadn't fought or cried, just smiled, closed his eyes, and went quietly. Sarah walked outside into the cool night air. The sky above was streaked with silver clouds, and in the distance, she thought she could almost hear the sound of waves. She stood there for a long time, eyes glistening, knowing that for one brief moment, she had given someone back a piece of the world they'd lost.